Well, hello. This is Joni. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Today, we're doing a show on my mother. This one I put together because there's something very special about today, February 7th. But today, we're looking at the grand year of 1926. That's when my mother was born. So I hope you'll hang with me and till the end. And at the end, I'd like to share with you a special poem I wrote that talks a little bit more about my mom. My mom is the most remarkable influence in my life, and I just wanted to honor her on this 100th anniversary year, February 7th. Stay tuned. Picture this. As soon as my mother made a grand entrance into 1926, she was named OMA. OMA. Oma means grandmother. I'm not sure why grandmama, my mother's mother, named her baby girl Oma, but stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about life in the 1920s. Like when my mother was born, she was born in a large family on the day of her birth with all her siblings. This meant that mom, she is born as a daughter, but she is also a sister and she has cousins, so she's cousin Oma. As a baby, she's a cousin Oma. As a baby, she is Aunt Oma. Also, not to mention, her name Oma is a grandma. So mother carried many things with her all of her days from the day of her birth. She's a member of a large family, and I believe she's the ninth child and she was the last baby girl. My understanding is, with the family, adding more children pretty frequently, it required to have, certain names picked out. And the two prior children before my mother's birth, one was my Uncle Ben and one is my Aunt Ida. So grandma, mother's mother, decided to come up with another name that has only three letters. So I think my understanding, the tale goes, is that grandma, the only name she could think of was Oma. And she liked that name, but she was not quite as up on exactly what the history that goes along with the name. But she loved baby Oma, and I love my mama, and my mama has always been Oma to me. A minute about family life. My mother was married twice, my father and my stepdad. She's now, right before she passed, she's a widow. Mother had four children. Mother has always been a daughter, wife, and a mom. And then she is the best grandmother to my children, my three sons. And as a grandmother, now that the years have passed and going along, mother is a great grandmother. And now as a great grandmother, she's also soon to be a great great grandmother. So anyway, we have such a beautiful group of family. And my mother, not only does she have her immediate family, she was also a sister. In my understanding, I think there's at least eight times she was a sister, her sibling. She's also aunt to many children of all of the large families, mother's family and my father's family. Mother could reach up to somewhere around 50 little nephews and nieces. And then mother was also a sister-in-law, and she possibly, the sister-in-law count, be somewhere around 18. I don't have these exact numbers, but I'm just giving you an approximate to show you what a life I have. Yeah. Well, we've talked about mom's family. We've talked about her siblings and being a member of a large family. A little bit about mom's health. Being born in 1926, there was some complications and some diseases going around. There was a lot of things that at mom growing up as a young girl. Mom loved to dance and she loved to tap dance. Tap dancing was wonderful. But mother had a condition called lipedema and it affected her legs. Her legs were swollen, and she never had ankles, but she loved to be active. She told me on different occasions how that she could outrun her brothers. She would love to run around, playing outside, and even though she had a condition in her legs that limited some of her movement, but it didn't stop baby Oma. She grew and grew and grew. So anyway, to talk a little bit more about mom and her health, mom did have numerous surgeries. And there's um, back surgery. She had bouts with depression would hit, and she would have things that aches and pains and all of her body, through her body. And you couldn't touch my mother's skin without her sometimes just crying out. And I'm telling all of this to tell you, mom had a condition. She developed it was later in life, but it was after she had moved. Mom, one of the ones that got polio disease and virus was going around. And the sad thing about polio, at the time, there was no cure, no treatment, no, just really didn't know what to do about it. It was running rapid. There was talk how someone come down with it. We're not sure if it's mom, what happened. I was a child. My brother, oldest brother, 2 years older than I am, we were the youngest of the children. And I don't, hadn't had, later would have two more children, but we were born. So my daddy's mother would come and stay often with us because of my mama's health. It was something she had lived with her. Polio, would like to say this if somebody's listening to me speak. I think that I don't have the data. I'm not a physician. I didn't even train in mom. I've studied it for because of mom. I think that polio affected mama's ability to uh, resist viruses that would be going around flu. Mom was subject to these things. Her body, her joints, and the aches and pains. Mom was not paralyzed with polio. However, it left out somewhat of a logical uh, type of a problem that was with her all of her days. I just wanted to let you know, my mom endured a lot. She says trooper all the way. And one of the things that I like always to share, growing up in a household of brothers, mom and I were real close. And so mom always taught me to trust in God, to seek the Lord in all your ways. We don't understand the path that goes before us. We don't know what we'll each have to maybe suffer or endure. But God is so true. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. And I just want to share that moment with you, that you be encouraged if you're listening today. And if you know someone who has suffered with polio, that it may be more side effects to and the industry as it's known. So God bless you. I'm gonna talk to you again in a minute. Stay tuned. And I am learning a new program here, so forgive me if there's a little slowness to my uh, speech or anything that's going on. Thank you again, and we got more to come. Welcome back. You know, in 1926, the world saw many successes. One of the successful demonstrations was from TV. We have a gentleman by the name of John Logie Baird, Baird. He's famous for demonstrating and getting the TV uh, established in the communities. My family, we didn't have a TV until up into the 50s. I was already born and possibly closer to the 60s before we actually had a TV in the house. So anyway, TV has been around for a long time and it has changed a lot. And also another iconic novel. A lot of books were being written in those early years of the 20s and 60s, and even up to now. But one that you will probably remember, and hopefully you read it to your children and grandchildren, is Winnie the Pooh, written by A.A. Milne. I'm not sure if I can pronounce that, but it was published in 1926. So we do have a wonderful, lots of things that's happened in the 20s and the 30s. So I wanted to share that moment with you. And coming up next, there's going to be more things. So just a moment. Oh, here we are. This has a 1, 2, 3, and I like to have missed you. You know, I want to talk some more about mom and about the times of the 1926 era of time. And we had a lot of innovation. There was creativity going about, and it was all setting the stage for many of the advancements that you and I see today in 2026. We have lots of changes. My mother, she lived through lots of it. Mother was not one to use a computer, but she worked. This was later after all of the kids were kind of up and gone. Mom went back to work and worked in a mailroom. And mom was an avid reader. Even though she was an avid reader, when we talked about mom's health, there was something I didn't tell you a few minutes ago, but mom had an eye, it was an eye disease or an eye virus going around. My mom had it and she became blind in one of her eyes. So that left mom with only one good eye pretty much all of her adult life. But mother, she was so, so smart. She loved to read. She loved knowledge, but she did not care for the computer. I bought her one. Tried to get her to get to used to it, but it wasn't. It actually took her quite a while to get used to using her uh, TV. But she did in her latter days. She did enjoy her TV and sit in her recliner and use the remote. Talking about the changes that my mother and her generation and your generation, they are witnesses of great achievements. Uh, you know, I think you'll know what what I'm saying. That we look some of the things we might just parents didn't have that, and then our grandparents, and so we're blessed. We have much to be thankful for. Well, here we are again. I hope you don't mind, but I'm actually recording these clip by clip so that I can share with you. And I'm actually I'm reading from the information that I wrote and some of the things I'm telling you today. And thank you for being here again. And hope if you'd like a little of what we have here at Charles and Joan music channel and our we're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I just want to stop and take a moment and tell you thank you for letting me share with you a little about my Oma and her life living through the 1926. That year, today is February 7th. The grand celebration is the 100th anniversary of February 7th and the day that my mom was born in 1926. So some of the things I'm saying are just a few things I put together, and I hope there's something here that might relate to you or your loved one. Maybe you could let us know. But anyway, as we consider all the passages and the passage of time, that um, we have so much to be thankful for, and I hope you will join with me and just be thankful for our parents, grandparents, great grandparents, the generations of folks coming before us. Our whole channel that we have in our show is about uh, honoring and thinking about yesterday's song. And yesterday's song is so important. And some of the things I'm writing here would be sort of like a poem, and poems can be turned into music. For those of you who are hanging in with us, thank you. And maybe you can write a song. As we think of Thanksgiving, perhaps reminds us if we think about the year of 1926, it will remind us how much the world has evolved. I mean, over the past 100 years, all of you on the sound of my voice, perhaps have got, they still have a few folks who are over 100. And I hope if you're out there, you're tuning in, sure, and just a shout out, comment that we know we some living beyond that. So anyway, the remarkable year of 1926 is the topic of our talk, and we're going to continue on. We've got a few more uh, things here. It's all getting late, and I don't want to keep you any longer, so I think we probably are going to do short. Well, I want to share something I've written, and sometimes I write, because I like to write songs. Some of my writing might be more like a poem, and I have actually submitted some poems and won several recognitions of having been in a competition. But this private song, I mean, a poem that I've not shared with anyone, but I'm going to look down and read. So I'm hoping I can do it okay. I'm calling it Mother's Song. Mother, I'm sitting near you, yet I'm far away. No matter where I roam, I'm here at home with you. Mother, remember that night you walked across the stage to stand where you belong, up front, center stage. you sing your new song. Oh, how I wish, oh, how I long to hear that new song you wrote. My vision of you, yes, is strong. Yes, it's clear today, just as it was yesterday. I can hear my daddy tell me the day he met you, Mom. He said he walked into the room and you were on the stage. He was just amazed and he loved to hear you sing that brand new song. Daddy said he fell in love with you in the moment. He told me later that he loved the brunette little girl singing and wanted to make that's for my mom, Oma, my mother. Lady, I shared today with you your sympathy, not everything is possible to share. I wish I can count as 88 years. And wow, she celebrates anniversary. February 7. She's in her home. She must be rejoicing. I can just hear her sing her song. So anyway, today we, moms and family, so maybe we celebrate my mom, my Oma, the day of her birth, 100 years ago today. If you will, the 7th. God bless you all. I thank you so much for hanging with me to the end. And you'll find I'll have a couple more little things I'm going to try to add beyond this, but that was the end of my mama's song, my mama's story. And I hope to forever keep her memory in front and center. Thank you again. God bless.